Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel, 23 Flavors of Stitching. Today is January 20th? I'm pretty sure it's the 20th. Anyway, today is going to be a Flosstube extra. It's a little later than I was expecting, but I did a poll on Instagram and asked if anyone would still be interested in seeing a 2021 finishes parade, and people said yes. So I figured I would do it anyway because I had put all of my finishes in a safe place, and then I didn't know where that safe place was, so I couldn't find them to film it before the end of the year, but I did find them. So here we are. I think I just counted and it's about 10 finishes for 2021. Most of them came from March Madness, I think. Or maybe it's about half and half. Maybe it's about half and half. Anyway, let's just get into it. If I can't remember the designer, it will be linked in the description box down below. But for the most part, I think I should remember all the designers. So, all right. First up is this was who was going to win my March Stitchy Madness bracket, but then I finished it before it would win, I think. So this is Maybe Swearing Will Help. I got this as a kit for my birthday from one of my best friends from college a few years ago, and I started it just before March Stitchy Madness last year, and she got the kit off of Etsy, so it was stitched on 14 count White Aida using all the called for colors, and I honestly can't remember who it's by, so that'll be in the description box. But I think it's really cute. Usually if I'm filming in my office, it sits on this side of me, I think, like on my back wall. All right, next up was who ended up winning my bracket by default for March Stitchy Madness, and it is Liberty's Lights from Frosted PumpkinStitchery. I used the called for colors except for in the Statue of Liberty. I didn't have one of the colors, but I had the one that was right after it, so I used that instead. And I ended up doing backstitch around the stripes since I used white fabric instead of like a brown. So there's that. This is the only one that I, besides the Maybe Swearing Will Help, that I fully finished from March Madness. So. And I didn't even put it up for 4th of July because I forgot about it. Okay, next up, this is not supposed to be with me, but I told my aunt I would finish it for her, so now I have to do that. But it is Oh Holy Night, and I charted this off of a picture that my aunt sent me. Copyright. I'm assuming she bought it. I don't know. We're leaving it at that. I made it for her. I ended up charting it myself, honestly. But it is based off of a picture. And I stitched this on '18 count, I think. Twilight Blue, I think. It's really cute. I like it. She wants me to turn it into a pillow for her, so I will be doing that. That way she can display it during Christmas time. I may need to go get another tutorial from my grandma, but that's okay. All right, next up, oh, that one was also from March Stitchy Madness. It was in my bracket, and then once I finished Maybe Swearing Will Help and Stars and Stripes, I ended up just going back through my bracket for the month of March and trying to finish as much as I could. So this was also in my bracket. This is Summer Nights by Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. I think it's so cute. And look at that little face in the marshmallow. I think that it's so cute. This was stitched on 18 count oatmeal, Fiddler's cloth, I think, using the called for colors. It's cute. All right, next up is Which Better from Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. I stitched it on 16 count White Aida using the called for colors. And because I stitched it on white, I did the back stitch around the candy. I just heard Nova in the background because I'm filming this in the hallway. All right. That, I think that's the start of the ones not part of March Madness. All right. Next up is Easter Flip It by Lizzie Kate, and I stitched this on 14 count oatmeal with I think I did mostly the called for colors, or I just picked some that looked like it, but I think that's super cute. And look at that little carrot charm at the top of the basket. It's so cute. I really like Lizzie Kate patterns. They're super easy. They make me feel like I finished things. All right, up next, this was my oldest whip, and don't judge my corners or my edges. This was stitched on 14 count white. This was purchased off of Etsy. It was a custom design based off of something that the designer already had in their shop. So this is a Colorado highway sign, and it is Highway 139. If you know anything about Colorado, this is very western Colorado. You've heard me talk about it a lot. I went to school out there for 2 years, and this was the highway between my town and the next biggest city, which is called Grand Junction. And yes, I did use 2 different reds in the sea, and I'm leaving it how it is. I was stitching half in the dark, half with a light, and I picked up the wrong red. But that's okay. That took a while. The flag and those signs that was a beast. So, all right, up next, this is loosely chronological order. Up next is the Serendipity stitch along that was by Fat Quarter Shop during the summer. I finished this after the stitch along ended, but I used the Weeks Dye Works floss pack, and I love it. I think it's so cute. I'm really happy with how it turned out, and I'm really glad I finished it. That was the only stitch along in 2021 that I finished. All right, up next is My Sunshine by Stitchrovia. I used the called for DMC, and I stitched it on 16 count Moonglow by Picture This Plus, and I am stitching all 3 in this, it's not really a series, but I say it is because it's the lyrics of You Are My Sunshine. So right now I'm in the middle of Happy Skies, which is You Make Me Happy When Skies Are Gray. And then I'll be starting the last one in February of this year. But I love it. This will hang in a future nursery one day. Hopefully. If I am lucky. Alright. Next up is my first city. If you have been following me for a while, then you know that I want to make a quilt out of cities or places that I've been to that have cross-stitch patterns for them. And this is the first one that I have stitched, and this is Pretty Little Washington, D.C. by SatsumaStreet. And I bought this off of Etsy, and I stitched it with the called for DMC on 14 count oatmeal. And I love it. I'm so excited. So this one is a finish for now. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get comfy. Because obviously I can't make a quilt out of one piece. So I think maybe I'll try to pick some fabric to line it with and get it ready in that way before, while I'm waiting to stitch up the other cities or places that I've been. Right now I have 2 on the go. Two or three. I think I have 3 on the go after my new year, new start. All right, and this is my last finish for 2021, and this is Stitching Book Club logo by SapphireMtHandcrafts. I stitched it on 16 count White Aida with the called for DMC, and I finished it in a plastic hoop. And I think it's so cute. Have I finished any of the stitch-alongs from Stitching Book Club? No. But I think this is really cute, and Little Women is one of my works in progress for my Whipco board. Anyway, that is it. That is really short. Anyway, if you watched it, I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not subscribed. And I hope you remember that someone always needs you. And I will see you next time.